No, this is not a prank. This is actually me in human form. I know what you guys are probably thinking. This girl is so unserious. No, guys. No, throw the insults. Do whatever you chose this to do to me. Like, I get it. I messed up bad. This one, this, I can't come back from this. So that is why I'm coming a new creation. I'm coming back a new creation. Yes, I'll wait for that. So there's so much that has happened. There's so much I have to tell you. There's so much tea to unpack. I cannot do everything in one video. It's definitely gonna be something that will happen little by little. But I'm really happy to be back. I'm really happy to be back. I know some of you are new here, so if you're new, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Jo Woodard, Mommy, woman of God, Wug, child of God, Cook, whatever the freak you want to call me. Just don't call me a heathen or anything that is negative, because you will have my fist to draw with. Just kidding, I'm not violent. But I'm very happy to be back. This video is just going to be an introduction video and also a quick story time, and just also to encourage my young African girls. This is for the young African girls, okay? Encourage you guys, uplift you guys, let you know that you can do anything in this world. Do not let how you look, your ethnicity, the color of your skin limit you. But yes, I'm very happy to be back. A lot has happened since I left the YouTube world. I'm acting like I was ever consistent. My goal is to try and do one video a week. I know it sounds like a lot, but I think I can do it. I know you guys are probably thinking, Joe, are you sure? You that you can go for 6 months. But you see, how long was Noah in the belly of the whale? Exactly. I don't even know. Hey, Sunday school teacher, and I don't know. It's okay. I'm just very happy to be back. A lot has happened between my TikTok to my Instagram. I'm finally reaching radar heights. I'm finally reaching heights. I'm growing and glowing in the glory of the Lord. And I'm so excited to, I think that this is the time for me to be serious with my YouTube. Not because TikTok is shutting down by the end of the year, but also just because I think I'm ready to be intentional with my YouTube. I think one thing that I struggled with YouTube is finding what to talk about and what to do on YouTube, because I just felt like I was comparing myself to how people did YouTube, and I was like, oh, this is how they do YouTube and this is how I'm not doing it right. But I've realized that I'm me and I'm always going to be me. I'm going to do things the way I know how to do, no matter the platform, whether YouTube or CNN, is going to be Judah realness, period. But I just want to talk about a little bit about myself and growing up, how I became who I am now, what led me to this path of content creation, how I became known as Judah, and where I see myself growing. These are the things that you should know about me. My name is Mami Ajua. My government's name is not Jo Woodard. My parents did not name me Jo Woodard, even though that would have been such an amazing thing. They didn't name me Jo Woodard. It's not my English name. It's not biblical either. My name is Mami Ajua. I've always been known as Mami Ajua. I came to America in middle school when I was like 13, 14 years old. And I would tell everybody to call me Ajua because they just didn't know how to pronounce Mami. They would call me Mama. They would call me Mama. They would call me Mommy. And I didn't like it. And they didn't have the Ghanaian tonation, like how we say Mommy. They don't pronounce it well. And so I told people to call me Ajua, and everybody just started calling me Ajua, and that was the name I went by in high school. In high school and middle school and high school, I was quite shy. I didn't really talk a lot. I wasn't really outspoken. The new environment I felt crippled me in a way. It made me feel like I couldn't really be myself. Even though I've always been talkative, I've always been someone who had a wild imagination, big imagination. It wasn't fostered. It wasn't honed. I grew up in a very strict African home. My dad was a pastor and my mom a nurse. And so my parents were very big on academics, education. Like, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer. You're going to be the 3 components. Anything outside, you can go and, go live somewhere else, because you're not going to be living in my house and going to be an Afrobeat dancer or whatever the freak you think you're going to be. So yeah, so my parents just wanted me to be a lawyer, doctor. So that's what I knew myself to be like. And every time people would ask me, they'll be like, what do you want to be? I'll be like, oh, doctor. And I didn't like science, I didn't like math, I didn't like anything that had to do with school except for reading and English and spelling. So in middle school and high school, I was quite shy, timid. I didn't know how to express myself, especially moving to America. It really, really was a lot for me in my mind, because I started to think that I had to perform, like I had to be this personality so that people would like me and appreciate me more and appreciate me better. But that didn't work out for me, because I didn't make friends. I didn't build relationships in high school. I just kind of existed. Even though I partook in many extracurricular activities, I just really wasn't there. Mentally, I wasn't there. I kept to myself a lot. And I would watch a lot of YouTube. I grew up watching British YouTube, like T-Boy, Patricia Bright, Chanel Boateng. I don't think Nella Rose was kind of later on in my life, but I used to watch a lot of the YouTubers growing up. Grace Agilore, I used to watch them, and that was just my safe place. YouTube was my safe place. The internet was my safe place. I could go and watch and see everything that I reminded me of myself and just like be there. I just didn't force friendships because I didn't have an identity. My identity was never built. It was never formed because I was told growing up, you have to learn and go to school and learn, and that was life. That no one cared about your personality. No one cared about anything. Just be a good child and love the Lord, and that's all you have to do. Like, you being funny, I never knew that I was funny. I didn't think I was funny. I didn't believe I was funny. I just kind of was me. So I remember in high school, I think it was like my senior year, I just didn't care anymore, and I just like started just being myself and not being afraid of anything. It just happened randomly. Like, I would make comments in class and people would laugh. Like, I became a class clown unprovoked. I would make comments in class and people would laugh. I would say funny things and people were like, wait, she's low-key kind of funny. Like, she low-key has a personality. Like, she low-key is kind of like fun to be around. And so that's how I built my friendships off of humor, like just the funny friend. And from then on, I just became the funny friend. Still didn't even know my identity. Still didn't even know who I was. So then, college came around. I went to community college for 1 year. So I did community college. And even in community college, I think that was when I started being myself more, because I met other Africans in the college that I was attending. And it was quite an interesting place for me, because I'd been so away from my African culture. And so I felt reintroduced into it again. And so it was such a weird feeling, but it was also very freeing. So freeing that I was not paying attention to my academics anymore. I was so focused on fun and doing fun things and having friends and going here and there, that I was not, I was majoring in biology and I was not doing well. I didn't enjoy my major. I didn't enjoy what I was doing. I was on a pre-med track with no desire to do medicine at all. So, I did the community college, and some way, somehow, even though I don't know how I did it, I was able to transfer to a 4-year college. So when I did, I changed my major. I told my dad I did not want to do the major that I was doing, and I changed my major. So I majored in psychology. So when I majored in psychology, it was just kind of like, I still didn't know what I wanted to do. I still didn't know. And so this was another introduction to my African, a new group of people, meeting new people, and, joining the African Student Association. And I joined the dance team, and I was just so enthralled and obsessed with anything that had to do with my African culture. Like, I was really obsessed with my culture. And not just my culture, but the African culture in general. It was just so interesting to me. And I just, honestly, if I had my way, I would have majored in African studies or did political science of some sort. Because three things I loved: history, anything that had to do with the arts, like music, film, whatever. And then African studies or political science. So yeah, that was that. And it took me like graduating was not easy. Like it took me longer than the others to graduate college. And saying that kind of made me, at the time, made me feel like a failure. But now that I say it now, I'm like, no, you did it. You did it, you know, to the point where when I actually graduated college, I didn't tell anyone. I didn't take any professional pictures or anything, because I wasn't proud of myself. I really wasn't. I still had that mindset that I was not I was a failure, and that, you know, who cares, you know. So like I think my like senior year of college or my junior year of college was when I started doing TikToks. So how it started was I have a younger brother who's 15 now, who's obsessed with TikToks. Well, he used to be at the time. I don't know if he still is. And he would introduce me to TikTok, and so I started watching TikToks. I would binge watching TikToks, and at the time TikTok didn't have like a huge African community. TikTok was just very much like, you see, you know, Caucasians, you see different things, but you would just not see the African community like the way you would see it. Like, so not to say that my goal was to bring that into TikTok, but it was just, I was like, let me just make a TikTok, let me make a video. I don't know if what this will go from it. And quite frankly, I didn't think anybody was going to watch it, because at the time I remember I had like 12 followers or something, or I was following like maybe like 43 people or something, and like only 2 people were following me back, and was like my brother and somebody else. And so when I made the video, it was basically a video about perverted African uncles. And I made this video with no intentions to blow up, no intentions for it to make sense for anyone. It was content for myself and just to see what it's like to post on TikTok. And then I took a nap, and then I went to work. My brother texts me, my twin brother texts me, he's like, check your phone. So I check my phone, and literally that video is blowing up. And I don't understand why. And for like a week after, the video just kept blowing up and up and up. And then people were like, they wanted more, and I just continued to make skits, and yeah, that was that. Like I just kept making the skits, and next thing you know, I'm a full skit maker, full TikToker. Not to say I didn't enjoy it, it wasn't fun, but it was something that I really enjoyed, because I felt I never got the chance to be a part of theater or do these creative things when I was younger. And so this was like my inner child healing. And so when I was doing the TikToks, I didn't think much of it, even though a lot of my family members were like, no, don't do this. You're too old for this. This is childish. And I remember when I was younger, I used to have a YouTube channel called Mami Koliko. If you guys know who Mami Koliko is, yeah. So Mami Koliko was this YouTube channel that I had, or a YouTube channel that I had, where I will make videos about things and people, celebrities, whatever you can think of. And it would just be funny, conversational video. And honestly, it was just me talking about my feelings and stuff. But if you really, really paid attention to some of my videos, it was really a cry for help, because I was in such a lonely stage of my life. And also I didn't have a lot of friends. And also I just was such a sad teenager, to be honest. And I remember I had like 15 subscribers, and every night I would sit and make I would edit YouTube videos, and I will edit my YouTube videos, and then I would post them every like couple of days. I was posting like crazy. But it was just something that I did for fun. It was something that brought me peace. I never did it so that people would watch me. And you know, and looking back at it, I feel a little bit sad for her, like that girl that I was, because it's just like she didn't really think anything good could come out of her, or anything, she could ever be anything great. But it's just amazing to see how I've blossomed and who I've become. And if I have to tell, you know, that girl a message, I'll tell her to not give up, keep going, keep pushing. Do not let what you're experiencing right now affect you. Keep being happy and joyful, because I just remember being very, very sad. I would say very sad things about myself, and I was just in a sad place. I didn't treat people well because I wasn't happy with myself. And so I don't know even who I am now as a content creator, as a, you know, TikToker, or whatever you want to call her. I do this for the young African girls. I do this for the young Black girls who didn't believe in themselves, who still don't believe in themselves or think that they can be anything great. Because no one actually believes in us. You know, we have to believe in ourselves. We have each other. But even that, you know, the world puts us against each other. You know, even in the industry with, you know, entertainment industry or whatever you may call it, you see Black women who are be put in competition with each other. Like, why do we constantly do this? Why can't we all win? You know, all the plantain on the grill can be roasted. You get what I'm saying? You know, not only one but multiple. You know, everybody can eat. You know, we all can eat. But it's just the system that we live in. And like, my mission and my goal is to be the change and to tell young Black girls that you can do it no matter what. Because yes, statistics shows that we don't get to marry, we don't get to love, we don't get to be successful, we don't get to be rich, we don't get to have that fairy tale life. But hey, my God says otherwise, and I don't care what anyone has to say. And the thing is, like, I've worked with so many brands and so many opportunities have come my way, but the factor that I think stands out to me is that I am a African girl, you know, and the reason why things don't work out the way they do is because of how I look, which is so crazy, but that's just the reality of it. And we are going to break all of that generational curse or cycle, whatever you call it, because we just don't believe in that. And call us delusional, call us whatever. But I do believe that what you speak is very important. Words are powerful and affirmations are powerful, you know, and they do manifest into great things. So the more you speak good about yourself, the better your life becomes. So this YouTube channel is like a rebirth in a way. It's like newness. And so expect, you know, weekly videos. I don't know if it's going to be vlogs. I don't know if it's going to be just me giving you advice on different topics or different story times. But I just know that it's just going to be me in my purest form. I hope you join me in this journey. I hope you just stay here. And if you are new, please welcome. We've pulled a seat for you. If you are new, please stand up, because we also have refreshments on the side for all the new people and also the old people too. You know, a nice meat pie and Fanta, a small quick snack. You know, it wouldn't have been me if I didn't say quick snack, right? Let me saying this, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I love you guys so much. Keep God close and keep me close too. Mwah. Love you guys.